As you mentioned, I think my edge is my experience. But although it is honestly, the climate of the pageant industry has changed a lot, especially with the aspect of social media being a massive part and role in comparison to when I competed the first time. But aside from my experience, like I said, I just feel like I'm a very self-assured woman. I feel confident, I feel relaxed and calm in places of pressure and tension. I do have a height advantage, that's also true. And I would love to see another Morena on the stage. So hopefully those things will put me at an advantage this time around.
What is your advocacy?
Well, something that's been very close to my heart, especially being a host of a travel show called Beached on Metro Channel. We mainly focus on sustainability and ecotourism, so it's something I feel really passionate about. It's not just an environmental problem, but it is a humanitarian problem because it's something that affects the food that we eat, the water that we drink, the air that we breathe. So I definitely want to put that at the forefront of my advocacy, working with organizations like Planet Cora, which I have in the past. And I'm also planning to work very closely with my friend Kim Cruz's recent organization, nonprofit called Calma, which focuses on art for children to face and deal with childhood trauma. So, thanks.
All right, so anyone from the crowd? I'm pretty much sure that many of our friends from the media is already aching, all right, to ask their question to our queen. And so without further ado, we're finally opening our segment for the question and answer. May we have the list, please?
Adam.
May we call on Adam?
Adam, yeah.
To ask the first question for this session.
Good afternoon, Christi.
Hi, long
Grabe.
time no see.
I know, it's been like what, almost a decade since your last foray in pageantry.
Correct.
We didn't, what prompted you to join Miss Universe Philippines and come back and come out of your hiatus?
Well, aside from the recent age restriction that's been lifted, even prior, if you're familiar, which most of you are, with the Binibining Pilipinas organization, if you had won a coveted crown, you weren't allowed to compete again for another. And it wasn't until MUP separated the franchise, I already surpassed the age restriction. So, you know, like my dream was a bit put on the back burner, but once, you know, the age restriction was lifted, is one of those things like, oh my God, like, like, is this actually happening? Is what I told myself prior that I would do, and given the opportunity, am I going to take it? And of course, with the help and motivation and from friends and family and support, it's one of those once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. It's one of those make or break it and like grab the bull by its horn situation, and there's no going back. So it's a now or never situation for me, and I just wanted to take the opportunity full force.
So all this time, you have been still harboring of competing internationally.
I've definitely dreamt about it, I meditate about it. It's something that's always stayed in the back of my mind, knowing that I have this kind of purpose to fulfill. And I know it might sound a little cheesy or cliche, but it's something told me that the universe was calling, that the stars were aligning, and I believe in everything in its right place and time. And there's something about it that tells me this is my place and time.
Last question, how different are you this time around?
Well, obviously, I consider myself a lot more self-aware, a lot more self-assured. I've definitely empowered myself as a woman throughout the years. I'm a lot more confident in my own skin, and I can't wait to showcase that on the stage.
Thank you so much. You're back.
All right. All right, thank you so much. Another question?
Once again, congratulations for representing Taguig City. Since your last competition, 2015, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
How is your preparation now, going to the Miss Universe Philippines?
In comparison to my last
Yes.
one? Well, my last competition, Binibining Pilipinas was definitely the hardest amongst all the other pageants I had done previously. I'm so grateful to have had the guidance and help from my previous camp, Aces and Queens, who I still consider a very close part of my life and my pageant journey. This time around, I've been in the industry for quite some time. I've created some amazing friends and bonds and relationships. So I'm slightly building my own little power team, but I'm still working very closely with individuals from ACES who I love very much and with some of the best in each of their respective fields. I'm sure you guys will find out about them soon. So I'm just proud to also take harness of my own branding and letting everyone know who I am and who I want to be as a queen this time around.
Follow-up question. Correct me if I'm wrong, you're now an independent candidate.
You can say that, yes.
And